Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2020 and the TomFM channel. Hope you're all doing well here today as we continue with Hop to the Top. 2 games coming up for you. We've got St. Gallen at home in the league and then CSKA Sofia in the Euro Cup third qualifying round. Second leg. And when I say Euro Cup, I mean the Europa Conference League. It's going to be so confusing because in the game it's called Euro Cup. In real life it's called Europa Conference League. I never quite know which one to use. I'm going to get confused so many times, but it's the Europa Conference. You guys know what we're in anyway. You guys know what we're doing. Anyway, it's been busy in between episodes. We've not played that many games, so we'll go through those first of all. But in terms of transfers, it's been a bit stressful. So since you were last here for that first leg against Olympia in the Europa Conference League, second round, qualifying round, first leg. It's confusing either way. We won that 1-0. We then beat Servette after that 1-0 in the league with Morandi scoring a goal, who we need to talk about in today's episode. We then had Olympia at home in the second leg, beat them 5-1 as I thought we would do, which is why I didn't show the second leg because I thought there's no point doing that. We will batter them anyway. So that's why we didn't show Olympia, but we beat them 5-1, which was good. We then, though, suffered our first loss of the season away to Basel. Lorenzo Perola, a guy we've got in on loan from Inter Milan, scored an own goal in that game, and that was the result, a 1-0 win for Basel. So quite unfortunate for us, but sometimes these kind of things happen in football. And then last time around, we played in the Europa Conference League third qualifying round, first leg. Again, a bit of a mouthful, against CSKA Sofia. And we managed to win 5-0 with Sukachev getting 1, Alex Smith with 2, and Eliuan with 2 as well. All in the first half, I should add as well. So that's all good. Today, obviously, St. Gallen in the league, and then the second leg against CSKA Sofia away from home. But we've won 5-0 at home, so I'm not really too fussed. I feel like that should be a bit of a walk in the park, that one. When we get past CSKA Sofia, we've got a really tough draw in the fourth qualifying round because we are playing against Lokomotiv Moscow. And they actually probably are better than us. Anyway, on to the transfer news. And we'll start off with an out. There has been an out for quite a bit of money. You might not like it. You've probably sort of guessed already because I highlighted his name earlier. But Morandi is no longer at the club. He has moved to Crystal Palace. Now, you're probably thinking, Tom, how much did he get for him? He's probably gone for quite a bit of money. He hasn't really. That's the thing. Crystal Palace came in with a bid of £2.8 million, non-negotiable. And I said yes to it. Now, there are a couple of reasons as to why I said yes. Number one being I wanted to get rid of him anyway. He is the 4th attacking midfielder we've got. If we look at our reports, he should be on here still. Bajrami is technically actually the best attacking midfielder we've got, but we don't play him because we don't need him in that position. We play him in central midfield instead because I prefer him there. Alex Smith has been incredible recently, so he's been sort of the first choice attacking midfielder this season. Alex Smith, our regen, of course. Only 17 years old as well. He's playing phenomenally well. Played 2 league games, 1 goal, but overall has got 4 goals in 5 games in all competitions, competitive ones that is, so which is really good. And of course, we've got Randy Schneider there as well, who can also play in the midfield. They're just more useful. So Morandi, he wasn't going to play many games, so he's gone. And if he wasn't going to play any games, his value would go down. No one would sign him. So that's part of the reason for selling him. Also, here it does say he's got 4.5-star potential, but when we had him at the club, he only had 4-star potential. We're sort of dithering between 2.5 and 3-star current ability, and I was thinking perhaps it is time to let him go. He had a very good season for us in the Challenge League, a really good season for us in the Super League as well. His first 2 appearances for us in this season weren't brilliant, and I was thinking, okay, maybe then it's probably time to look to move him on, so we have done. Now, he was valued at £3 million, but it was non-negotiable, so I couldn't bring it up, and at this point I was thinking it's coming towards the end of the window. Someone came in for him for about £1.2 million at the start of the window. I tried to get it up to £3.5 million, and they just walked away completely, so I think £2.8 million is okay. The board don't really agree with me. They've said here they're disappointed with the finances involved in the deal to sell Morandi, and I am a little bit as well, if I'm honest with you, but we had to get him out. We probably wouldn't be offered that kind of money again, so I think it was worthwhile taking. What that means is, if we look at the transfer history, we've sold £3.5 million worth of play, because also Daniel Saccone, who was a regen of ours last season, has also left the club. Young boys offered him the contract, didn't even get any money and bid for him. They offered him the contract, but I'm not too fussed because he's a wing-back, not a left-back, and I'm not really planning on using wing-backs too much. He only had 4-star potential as well, so wasn't going to be the best in the future, and we got nearly £500,000 in compensation as well, so not too bad from that, I've got to say. We've also let Goncalves go out on loan as well for 20k per month, so that's also quite a nice bit of money. No more ins either, which is quite nice, so that's all done and dusted, basically. The transfer window isn't open for that much longer, I don't think. However, However, I am getting scared because lots of bids are coming in for Alex Smith now. As you can see here, this one from Burnley has been rejected. 1.3 million up front with 6.5 in the future. The board accepted that on my behalf. I panicked and said, please don't sell him. And eventually, after we got down, because you got a number of options, you can say, don't let him go. And they say, we're going to let him go. And then it's like, please don't let him go for X, Y, and Z, different reasons. I got through all of them. And on the last one, they said, okay, we will reject that offer. So I was very panicked. We were going to lose Alex Smith just after we'd lost Morandi. Luckily, he's not going. Current bids are coming in from Wolfsburg and Milan. My plan is to just sort of leave them as long as possible, then reject them, so then they can come back again and then just leave them again. So if I just keep rejecting them, they'll come back every day. That's what I've sort of found. So hopefully that won't happen. Also, Alan is looking to go to Dresden on loan as well for 31k per month as well, which is pretty decent as well. So no more ins really coming in at the moment as far as I'm aware, but a few players potentially leaving on loan. Alex Smith hopefully not leaving at all. He's going to be an absolute star in future. And speaking of future stars, here is our under-18 squad. Obviously some good future stars in there that have come through our youth intakes in the past. First of all, I want to say a big thank you to Patrick Hartman, who is the latest Patreon to join the TomFM Patreon. So thank you very much for your donation. I really appreciate that. And you have requested to have Sasha Pallard as your regen named after you, who's unclaimed from the last youth intake. So the up-and-coming striker, who's already got 16 finishing, which looks pretty good, is going to be renamed after you. So thank you very much for your donation. Apparently Patrick Hartman is actually Swiss in real life as well, or is Dutch Swiss, but still got Swiss nationality. So actually it makes even more sense that he's Swiss. Also, a big up to Callum Brennan as well. He's getting a regen named after him too, and he's chosen the guy that I cannot pronounce. I think it's Scheidegger. I think that's how you told me to say it in the comment section, but I can't quite remember. Fortunately, because he's got 5-star potential, he's looking quite good. 2-star current ability. We want to try and get him involved in the first team soonish. He's being renamed anyway to Callum Brennan, which is much easier to say in my opinion, so that's all right for me. And now all of that's out the way, it's time to get into the first of today's 2 games, which is against St. Gallen in the league. So Fruchtel staying in goal as per usual. The back line changes around a little bit due to injuries and rotation. Anastasio is currently there because Boone's just come back from an injury. Augusto and Parola make up the centre midfield or centre back partnership, not centre midfield. And Matos, the guy he's in on loan, is starting at right back today. A centre midfield partnership which I've not settled on, but Ilic and Bajrami are there. I just don't quite know who to use in that midfield because I want to get everyone in there. That's the issue. I want to get Ilic, I want to get Bajrami in there, I want to get Palmerio in there, and I want to get Hosu in there as well. It's so difficult. They're going to have to rotate quite a bit this season, I think. The wings are a little bit more straightforward. Sarmiento, which I think is how you say. You guys sort of mentioned in the comment section last time how I'm saying it wrong. I think I was saying Saramento. It's Sarmiento, something like that, but I'll probably get it wrong still. And Sukachev on the other wing. That's slightly more straightforward. Schneider is starting in that attacking midfield role, although Alex Smith is going to be starting there more often than not. He's just currently a little bit tired from his last game playing. So Schneider comes in to get a game, and Eliuan, who's already got 3 goals to his name this season, is looking pretty good, on a better goal scoring record than the striker he had last season. Hopefully he gets the goals today. So kickoff is upon us, and St. Gallen were a side last season that did challenge us a little bit. Obviously we came 3rd in the end. It was top 4 for European football, so they were challenging us for a long time for 4th alongside Lugano, who are currently in 5th. As we currently sit 4th, I probably should have spoken about the table earlier on, but we're currently 4th in the table as it stands right now because of our loss to Basel. Don't know what's going on here though. A nice little dance between these two. Genuinely, what is going on? Oh, it's going to a penalty maybe. We could be getting a penalty. Is it because these two are dancing? Is that the issue? Like, what is going on with these two? I mean, referee, sort it out, please. This is what the VAR is. We've been given a penalty. Okay, well, they stopped dancing at least. Who's taking the penalty, may I ask? Schneider. Randy Schneider to take the penalty, straight down the middle, opens his account for this season with his first of the season, and 6 minutes into the game, we are 1-0 up against St. Gallen. Well, that's pretty good, isn't it? I'm pretty pleased with that one. Literally perfectly down the middle, pretty much. Keeper goes the complete wrong way, and we are already up into 2nd position in today's episode in the league, which is nice to see. Another chance for us to come forward now as Sukachev can put it into the middle clear, but only as far as Augusto at the back. We do seem a lot stronger at the back, I've got to say, as again, another header into the area, not quite working, but we are coming back once again, this time through Matos, the right back, who gets behind his man into the area. Is he going to take the shot on himself? No, but Sarmiento gets the ball in. Yuan gets his shot saved. That was a nice bit of build-up play there, I've got to say. I'm pleased with that. What I was saying, though, our defence is really good. Have we only conceded 1 goal so far this season competitively? I think so. The whole point was I wanted to make that defence strong so that would be so difficult to beat. Obviously, last season we had issues with scoring goals, so my sort of thinking was if we can stamp out the conceding so many goals, which led to a lot of draws, we might be able to just nick games 1-0 sort of thing, because we have got a good striker in Yuan, of course, and El Colley on the bench as well, is looking pretty decent and sharp when he has played. So that was my thinking, but it does seem that we've got some goal scorers in the side this season, which is nice. Ilic putting the ball forward up to Yuan, though, who is one of the goal scorers, and he finally gets another goal. I say finally gets another goal, that sounds like he's not scored for a long time. It's his 4th goal in 4 games. That's pretty decent, I've got to say. It's a great ball forward from Ilic, to be fair. He's marking himself out to be a decent player, as Yuan just puts it underneath the keeper. You love to see it. Obviously, we spoke about it last episode, but top 5 get European football this season. I think it's still just Champions League for first position. 2nd and 3rd get Europa League, and 4th and 5th get Europa Conference League. So we want to try and maintain that top 3 position. That's the aim for this season, but I'll be happy with anything in the top 5, if I'm honest with you. As long as we're in European football next season as well, we don't regress too much, I'm going to be happy. Obviously, the pre-season preview put us in 5th, so that's good, at least for that. As Schneider coming forward, looking for his 2nd of the game, doesn't quite get it. So at half-time, 2-0, that's very nice to see. Very pleased with that. Players look very happy at half-time as well from my assistant manager's team talk, which is also quite good. Or I should say as well, I can't remember who it was now, but someone in the comment section last episode also asked about staff at the club. There have been a few little changes. It's mostly, though, been on the physio side and things like that. Some of the coaches... Oh, it's a great goal from St. Garland, that, to be fair. I thought it could have been given offside, but it's not been given offside. It's a great goal from St. Garland. That was actually quality, to be fair. That's a fantastic cross and absolute determination from their striker there to get that in the back of the net, as you can see. Really, from a really weird angle as well. Fruchtel should have saved it, really, but it was a good goal. As I was saying, though, most of the staff changes have been at the physio level. We retained a lot of the actual coaches, because a lot of the coaches, I looked around and no one was really any better than the coaches we already had at the club. And ones that were better wanted a lot more money as well. So no massive changes on the staff front. What we do need to change, though, are the players. Augusto's looking nervous, and it's time to bring on Biacone, which I think is... Probably not how you say his name, but he's the left-back / centre-back that we signed permanently from Monaco. He looks all right. We can play at centre-back as well, which is quite good to see. Also, looking down the list, who's looking tired? Sukachevic, who's not played particularly well either. No one can play in that position, though, so... Sarmiento, I'm going to say it wrong all season. I know I am. He's going to move on to the left-hand side. El Colley is going to come on the right-hand side because he can play there. So they are the changes we're going to make for now. With less than 10 minutes to go, though, it should be enough to hold on. But a free kick for St. Garland now could change everything as Fruchtel just about gets there to keep it out the back of the net. Another chance for them right at the end of the game, though, as they seem to get through our defence relatively easily. The ball's put in the middle. It's cleared, not properly cleared, still not properly cleared. It's still kept in play. And eventually it's headed over the bar by St. Garland. That was very nervy towards the end of that. We've got 3 minutes of added time to hold on. By the looks of things, though, we have held on. And the full-time whistle blows. We end up winning 2-1, which is very nice. Back up to 3rd in the table behind Luzerne and Young Boys. Hopefully we can keep up with Young Boys this season because they were really good last time around. So first game done and a win under our belts, which is good. We've got CSK Sofia up next and we're going to rotate the side relatively. We want to put some youth players on the pitch to see how they get on in that particular game. I mean, we're 5-0 up already overall, so I can't really see us losing it 6-0. Oh, now this is interesting. Empoli want Bajrami for £2 million. How much is he worth? 1.7 million. The thing is, we've got to sell players to make profit and then to get better players in. And we've kind of done that objective this season. We've made money on transfers by selling Morandi. I would rather keep Bajrami at the club, though, I feel. For now, at least. I mean, I have been saying we've got these issues with central midfielders and I can't get them onto the squad that I want to get in. But it's nice to have the options there. Alan is very soon going out on loan. And outside of that, if we go back onto Bajrami, if you look at centre midfielders, outside of those 4, there's no one really there. In fact, Alan's not even on that list, so let's find Alan on here somewhere. According to reports, either Zock, I suppose, he can play, then Schneider can play there. And that might find a route for Schneider to be in that squad a little bit more as well. I'm going to reject this one for now. But if a bigger offer comes in for Bajrami, we're looking at towards the 3 million mark. I might be more accepting. Now, Bajrami's frustrated, okay, which is understandable. So we'll ask Aragorn to try and solve it first and foremost, so I don't have to do anything. He can't resolve the unhappiness, so let's have a chat with him instead. And what I'm going to say is, I'm going to say the finances weren't right on the deal. And he's saying, let me go for £2 million. I'm going to say 2.8. And he says 2.2. How about 2.5? 2.3. How about 2.4? He's accepting 2.4. So that kind of suggests if an offer comes in of 2.4 million, Bajrami could be gone as Alex Smith is out for 5 to 6 days, which is frustrating because I was going to play him in today's game, which is a little bit annoying. And just after we've renamed as well, Basel now want to sign Callum Brennan, the 16-year-old centre-back. Well, no, you can't. That's just an inquiry, so we're going to reject it and just say it's not for sale. Probably should have said like 200 million and see if they came back with that. They obviously wouldn't, but you know, that's the kind of barometer I don't want to sell our regens, particularly the good ones, because they're the players that are meant to be building the squad around in the future, particularly like Alex Smith. Like, he's been so good. He's only 17 years old, and yet he's one of the best players in the squad, in my opinion. So I feel like we can't sell him. And also, it's going to be like a really good player in the future as well. So we can build the squad around him. That would be even better. Right, for this game against CSK Sofia, we are going to include all the other squads. Hopefully no one else has played today. They haven't by the looks of things. So I'm going to quick pick this, but pick youth prospects. So this kind of makes a bit more sense as to who's into the squad. So we're going to give a debut to Hunter Ball, who is a regen that came through and has obviously been renamed after someone as well. So Hunter Ball came through. He's playing in today's game. Am I happy with Cabral? I'm happy with that back line, to be fair, for the most part. Although I do want to get in the guy that we bought rather than Matos. Where is he? Where's his name? Yeah, Biakone. I want him playing instead. Bosanovic is fine there, but I also want to bring on, if we can find him, Callum Brennan. We were just talking about him, although he's actually looking tired. He must have played a game recently. But we'll put him on anyway to start the game off. We can always take him off later on. Strosico isn't a regen, I don't think. No, he's not, but still 17 years old. He can play in that centre midfield partnership alongside Hossu, who needs a bit of game time, to be fair, so we'll bring Hossu on. Callum on the left-hand side isn't going to be too much of a good player for us in the future, I don't think. But he can play this game anyway against CSK Sofia. Schneider in the attacking midfielder position. Spina on the right has been subject to a lot of bids recently, so hopefully we could boost his value a little bit with a good performance today. And Colley's going to start up front because I don't think he's actually started a game. I think he's come off the bench a couple of times. Oh, it says he started 3 games. And he's had 3 league appearances off the bench. He had 1 start in a continental game as well, Colley. So there we go. That's the lineup. I think we should be fine. What have we just done here? Why is this going like that? What just happened? Oh, crap. Did I press like the thing with this skin? When you go to submit teams, it says submit, and underneath on this skin, it says simulate, doesn't it? Did I just press simulate? I mean, I did not mean to do... I mean, we lost the game 1-0, which is a little bit understandable, I suppose, because we've got such a young squad playing in that game. That's... Oh, my... Okay, then. It's not like I can reload because the game's not even saved there. It's like saved before the St. Gallen game, so that'll be pointless. I mean, it's disappointing, isn't it? It is disappointing, that, because I'm looking at my clock now. I leave this late. I keep leaving it late, and it's 6:15 now. So I've got to edit and upload it, and it's pushing for time. The annoying thing is I don't really have any more time to record. That's the issue. I mean, it's very pressed for time at the moment anyway, so... And the next game is a cup game against an equally, in fact, a probably worse team in CSK Sofia. So that's just an even more of a pushover game. So, to make up for this then, this error that I've made, tomorrow we're going to play 3 games. And we're going to do the, it's not even on the list yet here. Hang on a sec. There we go. It's all loaded up now. To make up for this, we're going to play 3 games in tomorrow's episode. Lokomotiv Moscow, Toon, and then Lokomotiv Moscow again. So, I mean, it's not ideal, this situation, but I've not really got an awful lot of time left now to record another game. But the next game is against Zug, and that's just going to be equally as boring / well, it should be routine win. We lost to CSK Sofia with that youth team. I was going to play a similar team against Zug, but maybe I need to put a bit more of a first team out for this one. Either way, it's a slight downer on the episode, but at least we're into the final qualifying round, get past Lokomotiv Moscow, and we will be into the group stages. But Lokomotiv Moscow they're a good side. They're a decent side. 3 Russian Premier League titles to the name, the most recent being in 2018. So, yes, they are a good side. Apart from last season, they've been in the top 3, winning at 2nd and 3rd place in the 3 seasons previous to that. So it's going to be a hell of a tough game, actually. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode, despite the sort of anticlimactic ending to it. I mean, the exciting game was the St. Gallen one and everything else that's happened in today's episode, so that's kind of more exciting than that game, I suppose. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please do drop a like. I'd really appreciate that, and wish me luck, or wish us luck, I suppose, for tomorrow. Lokomotiv Moscow is going to be a big challenge. So thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow for that one. Have a good evening. Goodbye.